What if I told you that the people who seem instantly likable aren't necessarily smarter, better looking, or more talented than everyone else? They're just using psychology, often without even realizing it. Think about that coworker everyone trusts, that friend who feels easy to open up to, or that stranger who somehow makes you feel comfortable within minutes. They're not lucky. They're tapping into a few powerful psychological principles that quietly shape how we feel about others. And once you understand them, you can use them too, without being fake, manipulative, or changing who you are. Before we dive in, if you enjoy deep insights into human behavior, emotional intelligence, and the hidden psychology behind everyday life, make sure you subscribe to The Human Psychology and turn on notifications. This channel is all about helping you understand people better, connect more deeply, and grow mentally and emotionally, especially in the real world we live in here in the US. Now let's get into it. The first psychological trick is something most people completely underestimate, and that is the power of making someone feel seen. Not impressed. Not flattered. Seen. Human beings have a deep, almost primal need to feel understood. When you remember small details about someone, like the name of their dog, the city they grew up in, or a challenge they mentioned weeks ago, it sends a powerful signal to their brain: I matter. Neuroscience shows that when people feel recognized, their brain releases dopamine, the same chemical associated with pleasure and reward. That feeling gets linked to you. So the next time you talk to someone, don't focus on saying something clever. Focus on noticing them. Listen not just to reply, but to remember. That alone can make people feel drawn to you in a way they can't quite explain. The second trick is subtle, but incredibly effective, and it's about mirroring energy, not personality. A lot of people misunderstand mirroring and think it means copying someone's words or gestures exactly. That can feel creepy. Real mirroring is emotional. If someone speaks calmly, you soften your tone. If they're excited, you allow more enthusiasm into your voice. If they're thoughtful and quiet, you slow down. Psychologically, this creates a sense of familiarity and safety. The human brain is wired to trust what feels familiar. When your energy matches theirs, their subconscious reads you as one of us. This is why good therapists, leaders, and communicators feel easy to talk to. They meet people where they are emotionally, instead of forcing their own vibe. The third psychological principle might surprise you, because it sounds almost backward, but it works. Allow people to do small favors for you. We usually think that doing favors makes others like us, and that's true. But research in social psychology shows something even more interesting. When someone does a small favor for you, their brain subconsciously justifies it by thinking, I must like this person if I'm helping them. This is known as cognitive consistency. The key is that the favor must be small and genuine. Asking for advice, help with a minor decision, or an opinion activates this effect without pressure. People like feeling useful. When you allow them that opportunity, it deepens connection naturally. The fourth trick is mastering the art of warm pauses. Most people rush conversations because silence makes them uncomfortable. But silence, when used correctly, is powerful. When you pause after someone speaks, even for a second or two, it signals that you're processing what they said, not just waiting for your turn. This makes people feel respected and valued. In psychology, this is linked to perceived empathy and emotional intelligence. In real life, it makes conversations feel deeper and more meaningful. Next time someone finishes a thought, don't jump in immediately. Pause. Nod. Let the moment breathe. You'll notice people open up more, and the conversation naturally slows into something more authentic. The fifth psychological trick is to express warmth before competence. In American culture especially, we're taught to prove ourselves by showing how smart, capable, or successful we are. But studies show that people decide whether they like you before they decide whether they respect your skills. Warmth comes first. A relaxed smile, open body language, and a genuine tone signal safety. Once someone feels safe with you, they become far more receptive to your ideas, opinions, and abilities. This is why leaders who connect emotionally often outperform those who rely only on authority. You don't have to downplay your strengths. Just lead with humanity. The sixth trick is one that emotionally intelligent people use naturally, and it's about validating feelings without necessarily agreeing. This is huge. When someone shares an opinion or emotion, your instinct might be to correct, advise, or argue. But the brain hears that as rejection. Validation sounds like, "That makes sense," or "I can see why you'd feel that way." You're not saying they're right. You're saying they're human. That simple distinction lowers defensiveness and builds trust. When people feel emotionally safe around you, liking you becomes effortless. They associate you with relief, not resistance. The seventh and final psychological trick is to be comfortably imperfect. This might be the most powerful one of all. People don't connect to perfection. They connect to authenticity. Research shows that small, relatable flaws actually increase likability, as long as competence is still present. When you admit a minor mistake, laugh at yourself, or share a real struggle, it signals honesty and confidence. It tells others, "You don't have to perform around me." That's rare, and it's magnetic. In a world where everyone is trying to look flawless online, being real feels refreshing. Now here's the most important thing to understand. These aren't tricks in the manipulative sense. They're reminders of how human connection actually works. When you help people feel seen, safe, valued, and understood, liking you becomes a natural response. You're not forcing anything. You're aligning with basic human psychology. Think about the people you like the most. Chances are, they listen well. They make you feel comfortable being yourself. They don't rush you, judge you, or try to impress you all the time. They create emotional space. And that's exactly what these principles help you do. If you start practicing even one or two of these ideas in your daily life, at work, with friends, or even with strangers, you'll notice something shift. Conversations will flow more easily. People will open up faster. And connections will feel more real. If this kind of insight resonates with you, make sure you subscribe to The Human Psychology and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. We explore the hidden patterns behind human behavior, relationships, confidence, and self-growth, all in a way that's practical and grounded in real life. Remember, being likable isn't about changing who you are. It's about understanding people. And when you understand people, connection stops being a mystery and starts becoming a skill you can use for the rest of your life.